Hi guys, welcome to Motorsport Manager. I've just had a shower so my hair looks fucked. In the last race, we done really fucking well. If you've not seen it yet, I suggest you go check it out. So, Deforney is 6th and Gomez is 10th overall. And we're sitting 4th in the Constructors Championships, which is fantastic, really. So if we look at the last race, you can see Deforney finished 5th and Gomez finished 8th. So we got in the points, which is fucking superb. In today's race, we've got Munich. It's Munich. It's a race. Got some more scouting reports. Nick Heidfeld average. Queen Hua Ma. One of the weakest. Very weak actually. What did they say about Heidfeld? He's alright. Nothing special. Should have a new engine. Should have a new engine being built very, very shortly. I've got some good news actually while I've got the camera here. Part 1 and Part 2. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Things are happening. Just need everything else to get here so I can build the fucker. I'm so looking forward to getting it done, I really am. I'm actually sort of like quivering with excitement. I really am. So, it's someone's birthday. Riem. She's the backup driver, so no, I can't be asked for that one. Will we be adding a new race to next season? As I said, I think I've mentioned in the previous episode, I'm going to abstain from the vote. I don't care. If we get an extra race, great. If we don't, great. Nelson Piquet Jr. is one of the strongest drivers in this group. And he's a pay driver. 31. Smoothness is shocking. And he's not interested. Neither am I then. Simple as that. Let's check out this engine. Let's improve these parts. Let's go to the engine here. 55. Might as well come off these at this point. Let's get onto that. I don't worry about it. We'll just worry about these. Get these brakes up to scratch and the rear, no, not the rear wing, the suspension, sorry, up to scratch. So you don't have to worry about improving them anymore. I mean, when these are sitting around about 90, 96%, that's fine. Might go into a bit on the performance. Like so. No. I want to get that engine up. I mean, that's 282 already. Take off these brakes and put it onto that engine because we might as well use it. If we've got it available, we might as well use it. Let's design some new parts though, so we can get the two engines. Now, I'm not thinking we just make another engine for this season. I think we get next season's engine ready. So we're going to go with that. We're going to take that. That's plus 30. That's plus 25. That's plus 25 to max. So we'll go with that and that. So we're looking at a pair of 335s to start off the next season. That's not shabby at all. Plus they'll improve obviously because of the chassis. So that's what we're going to do. These are going to be next season's parts. I don't think we can actually do anything else in that. I'm not sure. I think if we were to build another component we might be able to add one in, but that's fine. So we're going to get that built, and after that's built and done, we're going to start looking at some cornering. Still sitting 7th there. 8th. Yeah, we'll have a look at suspension once they're built. So, we've got the politics vote for this new track coming up soon. Mitch Evans is a fairly decent. He's got good potential. No, he hasn't. He's got shit potential. He's got no potential at all. He's not going to improve. Fucking telling me he's got good potential. Cunts. So, where's this? Techitar's got a new factory. Okay, well they're now at the same level of factory as we are. Nothing special. Next season we're going to have a better factory. So, the vote for the Rio de Janeiro track B, and it doesn't basically, or normally, what if you look at the screen here, you can see El Mustachio Chase Carey on the left here. And he is saying it's hard to predict what impact this rule change will have on the sport. Now, usually it will tell us that it will benefit certain teams and it won't benefit certain teams. This one doesn't really say. So I'm not fucking fussed. So I'm just going to abstain. We're going to skip to the end of this vote. And we're not going to be racing in Brazil next year. It's easy enough. I say I know where I want my votes to go. To be fair, I talked about the points for the top 10 thing, getting that sort of stopped. If we're performing well this season, I'm tempted not to do that. So, Engel, 17 smoothness, 12 feedback. Overall, he's alright. He's a little bit better than Gomez, but there's not much improvement, is there? Nah, not worth going out of our way to look at him. And you're definitely not worth looking at. You want an extra 250 grand. Don't think so somehow, Mr. Berton. I don't think it's going to happen somehow, mate. So, next race 3 days. Got any more scouting report? Financial management. Oh, mate, go away with the financial management. I was fine last season. I mean, we did go into the red right at the end of the season, but we were fine. It was easy. We've got sponsorship deals ending. That's fine. Our headquarters is now 4th, actually, because of that factory. That's not good. But, I mean, we're building a tour centre, so that will make things better. Do we want to build a new thing? Do we want to build a forecasting centre? I'd like to build a forecasting centre, actually. Simulator. We can't do anything with the wings yet, so I'm not worried about building simulators or wind tunnels. The telemetry centre would be nice. That would be nice. But we're going to give it a miss for now. That is fucking loud in my microphone. I don't know about for you guys. We'll go for it. We'll go for it. We've been doing alright. Might as well go for it. So let's have a look at these engines. So we're going to get that one fitted and that one fitted, I feel. 67%. Is it worth the risk? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Why not? How does it make our car now? Oh, fast car. Third fastest car on the grid now, thanks to those two engines. Or third fastest cars, even. I like it. I like it a lot. That is good news for us, having the decent engines in there. That makes me a bit more confident about the 7th place finish in this. All we need, really, realistically, is 5 more points. And we're safe for the entire season. We beat our target. I think we've beaten our target already, based on the points we picked up. But good ambition, Kyle. That's it. Yeah. Let's just get what we need and then fuck it off. I'm just being really optimistic if I go any higher than that, to be honest. I'm not expecting much more out of this. Not this season anyway. So whacked in the middle there. We're going to go into mediums. Weather forecast is looking okay. I like Munich as a track, I do, because there is a good chance of rain most of the time. And as we know, I like the rain. I do like the rain. I do like the rain. It makes things easy for me. Not that I don't like a challenge, I just like it when things are easy. I'm trying to get us promoted, guys. I'll go from having no ambition to all the ambition. I'm trying to get us promoted. I am. I want us to get promoted by the end of next season. Well, not end of next season. Maybe 2 seasons tops. But I want to get us promoted soon-ish. Let's get these guys out on these race trims and on the medium tyres. We know what our strategy is going to be. It's going to be attack and overtake for both guys. I need to turn this down for myself because I can't hear myself think. Let's get this smashed up. But Deforney has been doing it for us this season. Really has. The addition, these new engines have really helped us out. Interested in seeing how well we're going to do in this race thanks to those 2 new engines. Hopefully reliability on the better engine will hold out, but we'll see. If you want to talk to us, guys, give me a little bit of feedback. Deforney's overtaken Gomez there. He has got the slightly faster engine though, so that's kind of to be expected. They don't like that gearing. Okay, well we'll bring Deforney in first, and then we'll bring in Gomez. So guys, today I did a 12-hour shift again. A little bit tired, but it's all worth it. It's all good stuff. I say it's all good stuff. It's not. It's work, isn't it? But yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it. I'm not getting any encoding errors. I've done a little bit of fucking around with... I may have risked something. I may have practiced a mini overclock on this CPU. Just a mini one. Didn't go too mad. I still don't quite understand it. I was really worried. I got a blue screen of death briefly. But, fixed it. Fixed it, I think. Well, everything seems to be going fine, so... But I have upped the settings of this recording slightly, so we should be recording... we're still recording at 720, but we should have around about 3,000 bits. And I changed the downscaling, so it should be a lot sharper for you guys. I mean, I'm not even hitting 13% of my CPU, which is quite handy. And when I say I overclocked it, I literally upped the voltage marginally. It was like an auto thing. So let's bring Gomez in. He's gone about 2 laps too long. Tefawni's happier with his aero. We'll get that sorted out. He likes an aero. His favourite is mint. Yeah, I think everyone's favourite aero is mint, to be honest. It's the best one. To be fair though, the white chocolate one was pretty good too. Don't see them about that often these days, but they were really good. They really were. Let's get this guy back out on the race trim. Same tyres. So, downforce is good. And he wants it a bit more in the way at top speed, I should imagine. Let's get that way. We'll have a look, see how it works out for us. And then you go like so. We'll bring Tefawni in and we'll have a look at his setup. See how he feels about it. Oh, that handling. That handling needs to go the other way. You 8 laps of nose, same tyres. But the downforce is excellent. That's good. Handling needs to go that way. And that should be enough on the speed balance to get it to a great at least. So off you go, mate. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know what's what. Got level 2 there for race trim and medium tyres. Always nice to see. I'm tempted to give Gomez the medium tyre thing when they last longer. Let's see how it works out for us though. How are you feeling, mate? Getting a good run? Tefawni hasn't even done a full lap yet. We better let him do one just to see how he's doing. Gomez is in the middle of the pack. Not bad. They're both happier with their handling. Tefawni is going to get a full lap out here, I've decided. Let's get Gomez in. I don't think we're going to get qualifying. Actually, no, we're not going to even worry about getting Gomez in. He can just go for it. We need both guys to go for it if we want to get the qualifying trim, the race trim and the medium tyres. And cutting it a little bit fine. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Cutting it a little bit fine. It should be fine, but it's going to be cutting it. But they're both happy with their speed balance. Obviously, with the qualifying, I will fuck around with it anyway if I need to. Shouldn't take too much in the way of tweaking to get right. Not the way I do things anyway. I seem to have a fairly decent method of tweaking. And I think it's a method most people probably use. But it's the best way to do it. It's very, very much so the best way to do it. Just get your initial adjustments in the middle of that, right smack bang in the middle of that green. And then on your first adjustment, stick them all one side of it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, stick them all the other side of it. And it'll give you a rough adjustment idea of what you need to do. And then once you're on greats, it's just minute details, minute changes to get it to excellent. So Tefawni got a 6 there. I mean, obviously we were pushing, but we were on mediums. And these guys are on softs. I mean, Turvey was on mediums as well, and he probably wasn't pushing it hard. But the footballer Marcel Desailly is talking about motorsport again. Rain! Lots of rain as well. So, now, as you can see, it goes up to... You can see the water level there. It already sort of peaks in a second. And that would be wet tyre territory. And then it dips down. I don't know how far it's going to dip down, but I think this is going to be Inter's territory. That's what we're going to go with. Yeah, take the light medium thingy. Set the sweet spots. That'll be fine. So, excellent, great, great. Didn't need much at all. Let's just do that, see if that makes it any better, though. Take the Inters. I want to know what that's reckoning. See, there, it sort of like goes straight away to Sunny. I'm wondering, how long did it take to get a lap out? 1:34, wasn't it? Alright, yeah, we'll stick on the Inters. I was just thinking about changing it to mediums, so we're decent on the lap, but no, I won't change that. Off you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do what we did in the last race, actually. We're going to send Gomez out first, get him on auto, and we will fuck around with the clear up to air optimization for the 40. He's got the bigger sweet spots, so it makes life a little bit easier for me. Plus, Gomez actually managed to get a perfect good in the last episode, so might be able to achieve it again. So, smash it right up. I want to speed this up at the same time. I don't want to. Fuck it, we're speeding it up. We're risking it. There we go. Gonna risk it for a biscuit. Talking of biscuits, I might get custard cream in a second. The American viewers, Canadian viewers, non-English viewers probably don't know what custard cream is. It's delicious, that's what it is. And boom. Go on, get these brakes down. Get these brakes down. Get these brakes down. It's those brakes I'm worried about more than anything. Good and perfect. If we didn't have that sweet spot thing, wouldn't be good and perfect. We're starting a flying lap now, so there is water on the track, and it started raining again, so sticking on these inters was a very good idea. These guys over here on their wets, they won't get the same benefit we will. It's a little bit too dry to be out on wets, which sounds counterintuitive, I know, but it's not. So it could be... I was wondering how much it's going to dip down. If we've got time for another lap, I think we can go out on the softs or the mediums. Possibly. So, Gomez 137. Forney slightly faster. Martin's a little bit faster. That's 1.5 seconds ahead. Nearly 2 for Gomez. I'm going to get some rough idea of how everyone else is doing. App's really fucking slow there. And Frines. So as it stands, we're... as it stands, anyway, there'll be another lap. I'm sure most people will get another lap. Okay, there we go. So Daly's just come in. And Rosinkvist. And Evans. And Munoz. And Heidfeld. Are we even going to be in... We're in the top 7. So we're going to get the money. Fuck. We were top 3 at one point. How do you feel about those changes? You didn't really feel anything at all, did you? So where were we before? Gone a little bit further away. Let's try you out on the... Yeah, let's try you out on these softs. We've got time to get out there? We have got time to get out there. That's fine. Let's get you out on the softs as well. Won't change anything. Just get out there quickly. I would like a top 3, if possible. If possible. Be a nice thing to go out with. So, smack into that again. I don't think there's going to be many people that get around on softs. I think we might be the only people that get around on softs. We'll have a look. See what happens. Bang. See what happens here. Now, those tyres nearly went down, didn't they? They nearly fell out of the area, so I'm wondering if we need to sort of shunt it up again. Perfect, perfect. On both cars! Ha ha ha! What? What? One second. What? Oh, right. Okay. Well, it's... Oh, fucking hell. Oh, dear, the wife, eh? So, how do we do? How do we do? How do we do? We're the only 2 going out at a minute. Everyone else is finished, by the looks of things. Or at least weren't able to get another lap out. This should be good. Deforney's setting new fastest sectors, so he should get first. Gomez should get a second here. Fucking pole. That wasn't a racial slur, by the way. That's just where we are. We got pole position and second, thanks to our little sneaky run out on those soft tyres. If anyone else had managed to get a lap on the softs, we wouldn't have got there. But we got our 200 grand bonus. Natalie Pinkham's happy with us. Might get our sneaky little waiver later on. You never know. No Susie Perry though. Susie Perry is not to be seen, unfortunately. Oh well, Marcel Desailly is back though. Great. I've got nothing against Marcel Desailly, by the way. He was a fantastic footballer. He really was a fantastic footballer. He's not a motorsport commentator though, is he? So that setup change wasn't brilliant. Where were we before? So we can go... It's a risk. I'm going to take it. Let's go with... We've got 32 laps, have we? Why don't we go on these mediums? 14 to 16. So I'm thinking we go 1 soft, 2 mediums for Gomez, hopefully. You can get 10 to 12. Let's go with 17 laps of fuel for him. And then DeForney, 32 laps, isn't it? So you can get 10 to 12 on those, 15 and 17. We'll go mediums first for you. We'll give you 21 laps of fuel. Just want to push him out for a little bit longer. Driver strategy, of course, is going to be smash it out. Absolutely fucking smash it out for the first lap. Maybe 2. So, first is DeForney, second is Gomez, and then third is Munoz, Daly, and Martin, and fourth and fifth too. Who gives a fuck? We're in first and second. Not going to be there for long, no. Get overtaken straight away. Let's get going. There he goes. Look, there's Munoz straight up into second ahead of Gomez, and any second now he's going to take DeForney. There he is. DeForney just holding on to first place just about. Gomez down to fourth. Like I say, we're not going to be podium finishers in this race. It's unlikely that we are anyway. But the fact that we started podium, started on the pole, is good news for us. Let's have a look at this water on the track and then check this out beforehand. Should be alright for the meantime. But we are second and fourth when it comes around to... No, we're not. We're third and fourth. Can we get him on the inside? No, we can't. The third and fourth going into the first completed lap. I'm not going to stay there for long. Third and fifth now. As you can see, Daly has just taken us and we're down to fourth. We're holding on just about. No, we're not. Okay. But we've got a better chance this race of getting a decent position. So, like I say, in the last race we got, what was it, a 5th and an 8th? Fantastic positions, really. Fantastic positions for a team like ours. Where we are, how bad our car is, how bad one of our drivers is, Gomez. And, yeah, that's not bad at all. We should be able to get a... Hello, where's my mouse? There it is. Should be able to push it on and get a decent position. I'm going to drop down on these tyres to neutral. I don't want to burn them out too much. We are going to just smash overtake mode on the engine, though. Hello, wife. Oh, right, okay, yeah, wonderful. That's it, just show it on camera. Well done. Yeah. So, we are still third and fifth, actually. I'm really surprised by that. I mean, we are 9 seconds behind Munoz. 9 seconds. 9 fucking seconds. Still. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Could be 10. Oh, there it is. 10 seconds. Oh well. But if we can get a decent finish again, I'm sure we can get a decent... I mean, I'm thinking we could actually finish 6th this season. Like, in the constructors. Should be stonking. Absolutely fucking stonking. I'd love to see what the chairman would give us money-wise for that. Hopefully, £500 million. I'd like to see what the prize money for that is. I mean, we got 9th last season, that was 6 million. I mean, the total prize fund is either 40 or 60, I can't remember which now. I think it's 60. I don't know. There's not going to be huge amounts of money, is it? There's 10 teams, and we got 6 million from 9th. It can't be a huge amount more money than that. Oh well. Gomez is knocking down to 6th. Let's go check Gomez out, actually. Let's have a look at him. He's in the mix, though. He's still in the mix. Back up to 5th briefly. He's going to take him on the inside here. Who's that he's fighting with? Prost he's fighting with there. No, it's Rosenqvist, was it? Oh, fuck. He's just had a collision. Okay. Fuck. Well, he's just had a collision, so he's coming in a bit early for his parts. Let's give him 17 laps of fuel. Let's get him on his mediums a bit early. So he's just been collided with by Daly, I think it was, by the looks of it. That's disappointing. It's really annoying that Daly's fucked us. I mean, we're going out ahead of him. Daly fucked us truly there. He's still in the pit, Daly, which is good because he can fuck off now. That's disappointing. Let's get you on those push tyres. Let's get us Forney, who's sitting in 3rd. He's got a nice little gap between him and Prost. Nearly 2 seconds, but he's a long way behind Martin. 14.5 seconds behind 1st and 2nd. Obviously, Gomez is just miles behind now. Although he has had his pit, other people haven't pitted yet. It's much too early for what I wanted to do for this race, but it is what it is. By the way, my wife's printing stuff out. That's what that noise in the background is. But it is what it is. Like I say, we are pushing on. Can we get a podium in this race? I mean, we're holding on to third, and we're pushing away in third. Actually, we've got a 3.2 second lead. That did increase briefly when we went down there. 3.1, 3.2, 3, 2.9. Was that 3.1? No, that's 2.9, isn't it? So he is catching up, unfortunately. What's he doing? Is he pushing? He's not even pushing. We're fucking gunning it. I mean, we're absolutely fucking gunning it, and he's catching up with us. Die. But we've got the two guys ahead of us. They're going to have to pit soon. Prost pit around about the same time as us. Abt, Rosenqvist, Heidefeld, all going to pit relatively soon. Gomez is getting this gap down to, is it 11 seconds? No, 10 seconds now. He's doing well at this gap, actually. He's getting that down rather quick. So we do have Rosenqvist in the pit, and Gomez does come out ahead of him. Always nice to see. There's only 2 seconds between us and Prost now. That's scary. He's not even gunning, is he? No, he's not even fucking gunning it. There's me going, yeah, we might even get a pit. Podium. Nope. Martin's in the pit, though, so we are now very briefly up into second. It's good, though. It's nice to see, like, this position here. 1.5 seconds between us and Prost. Apparently he took us and then we took him again. It says Max Deforni's to overtake Nicholas Prost for second. That's who's on our tail. Don't know. How are we looking tyre wise? Probably 2 more laps I'm thinking we can get on these tyres, which is about, it's about right, I guess. A little bit less than I would have wanted, but I am pushing. I'm trying to keep onto this position. I'm hoping Prost will go in around about the same time as us. Let's go attacking just for a bit, just so we can try and pull away from at least Freins. I mean, I'll be happy with. I'm absolutely fucking delighted with third. Yeah, we're going to lose out here. Let's might as well just go neutral for now. Keep the high level on the engine, because we've got 11 seconds between us and Freins. Let's go to Gomez. He seems to be up in the mix here. He's just taken 17th. He's got Villeneuve, Verne, and well, Carroll now ahead of him. You know what? I still haven't looked to see if that is Jacques Villeneuve. I need to go check that out at some point. Let's go down to neutral for him. And Deforny will need to pit on this one. We're going to get him out on mediums again. He'll get him out on mediums again. I'm going to give him up to 15 laps. I'm going to get him up to 18 laps of fuel. I know it's a little bit pushing it time-wise, but that's what we're going to do. And might as well go over balance, because these positions here, as you can see, not really much in it. What about safe? We've got a chance to push for 9th, but these are all guys are going to have to come in at some point anyway. Might as well go for that position. Let's go attacking just for a little bit until we can get around. I know we're at 24%, so the tyres are going to be a little bit shitty, but just trying to keep that gap ahead of Freins, because Freins is going to have to pit soon as well. So is Prost. Munoz, I'm surprised. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't go into the pit now. There he goes. Munoz is in the pit. So I'm not too sure if Prost will. I can't see a green around his name. So no, Prost is going to push on. We are going to pit. Freins is probably going to push past us too. Yeah, so does Evans. But we knew we were going to drop a few positions here. It's to be expected when you go in the pit. We've got a chance to come ahead though. We're going out in 8th position. We are going out in 8th position, just ahead of Apps. Just held on to that. Let's get back on to push on these tyres so we can get ahead of him. Gomez up into 15th now. Is on the tail of Villeneuve yet again. He's doing alright, is Gomez here. We need him to really sort of look at these tyres. I only want to pit him once more. Villeneuve ahead of him is going to pit. Let's have a look at Verne. Verne is going to pit. Carroll is going to pit. Engel isn't apparently. Najiri's not either. Okay. I'd have thought all of these guys would have pitted. But okay. So Prost and Freins are in the pit. Can Deforny do anything with that? He can. Deforny goes up into 6th. Now we've got Turvey ahead of us. Stroll ahead of us. These are two guys who haven't pitted yet. But if you look at their tyres, they're going to have to. Same with Gomez. Gomez up in 10th now. Nigeri and Engel both going to have to pit relatively. I mean, Gomez is going to have to pit relatively soon as well. But these guys are going to have to pit well before us. But we're going to try and pull back on his tyres just a bit so we can just edge him out a little bit more. We ended up going to these mediums a lot earlier than I wanted to. It is unfortunate. So Gomez up here should gain a position or two. Gomez should go up into 4th here. He does. Lovely stuff. Will Gomez get a position or two as well? Gomez up into 7th. Nice. I mean, obviously it's only going to be very, very brief. Engel still hasn't pitted yet, surprisingly. It's going to be very, very brief, but still up there. Let's go to Forney, who's sitting in 4th. These guys are a long way ahead of us now. We've got Apt on our tail. Apt's gone past us now. Obviously, we've got the time against. We've got the time difference between us and Engel, which is okay. I mean, we were talking briefly about. I mean, very, very briefly about podiums, but top 5 again for Forney would just be as good for me. Really, I'd enjoy that just as much. Especially if Gomez gets up here in the mix as well. He is in 6th now. As I say, he will have to pit relatively soon, but he is doing crackingly well against what is very, very good opposition. Evans sitting on his tail. Heidfeld not far behind him. And he is leading this, what is basically a very small pack here. So we've got around about 1, 2... We've got a good 6, 7 drivers here all together, and he is at the front of it at the minute. Now, if he falls back even one position, I'm sure he's going to start falling back all positions. So, as long as he can keep this going, we're good. I think maybe 2 more laps for Gomez on these tyres, and then we'll bring him in, or at least, you know, we'll try. How's Forney doing with regards to Apt? Engine readout. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Yeah, not good. Still early season, so reliability is still a bit of an issue. So Venturi have used team orders to allow Jacques Villeneuve. It was Jacques Villeneuve to pass his teammate. I'm just happy it was Jacques Villeneuve. I knew someone. Gomez is still pushing on 6th, isn't he? Is he actually increasing that gap? 1.1. He was increasing that. I'm guessing that. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. The gap's gone down now, though. So we're going to have to get him pitted on this one. It's because these tyres have gone to fucking shit, haven't they? And he's running out of fuel. Fuck. Didn't even think about that. We're going to have to dial him back on the fuel. We've got 15 laps remaining. 20 laps worth of fuel. Get 14 to 16. We should be able to see this out. Let's go fix these parts. We should be able to see it out on this amount of fuel. A little bit heavy. So we need him to go medium. We need him to conserve the fuel, but he can go attack on these tyres for now. Just to see this out. I mean, we could probably go. It says low fuel, but we've got enough to see us around, basically. Let's hold on to him now. While Forney stays ahead, let's hold on to Gomez. Stroller's not going to have to come in yet. I'm hoping we've got enough in these tyres to see us out to the rest of the race. Let's do that. And that's basically him done with now. So hopefully these parts go well. Gomez down to 12th. He's going to go down a few more positions. Should come out around about 19th. Yeah, there you go. But his pit was fairly good. Still going to be ahead of 20th by the looks of things. I mean, only just. But that should be him done with regards to pitting. So if we look at Forney, so look, is it engine? Is his engine? It was a risk. I knew it was going to be a risk, but I'm not going to pit him yet. I'm going to wait till his tyres are right down, and then we're going to send him out on softs. How's this rain looking? There is none. Good. Do we push him harder on these tyres? He's only got 12 laps to go. Yeah, we'll push him harder on these tyres. These park conditions, as you can see now, are starting to flash. That engine's not looking good. Probably go 2 more laps. Then we'll bring him in. Yeah, I can see that, mate. I can see that. We'll see how it goes after this lap, actually. We'll let him get round. Gomez back up to 19th. He did very briefly drop down to 18th, apparently. We can't go conserve on those tyres. We need to go neutral. Don't worry about the fucking car, mate. Let me worry about the car. You just drive the cunt. So I can't see us getting any further ahead. I'm just worried about Stroll. We've only got 11 seconds between us and Forney. I'm a little bit concerned that we might not necessarily get 5th. I mean, they're going to have to pit as well. They're going to have to get new tyres. They're going to have to get fuel. But concerned about the amount of time it might take. Gomez should get up into 18th again here. I mean, it's still got 10 laps, so it's not like it's a terrible thing. He should be able to see this race out. And then we'll get Forney pitted this time round. We'll get him on... Do we want to get him on mediums? Or might as well just get him on mediums, see it out. We'll just really fucking push the tyres. So there's 11 laps remaining. So if we give you 16 laps worth of fuel, we'll fix your engine, we'll fix the suspension. I'm not going to do the brakes. It's going to take a long time. We're going to take a risky fast one, because otherwise it's just going to be too slow. So we're going to let him push on these tyres, push on the fuel. He's got more than enough fuel to see him around. He's up in the 4th after... Wait, was he in 4th anyway? Martin's in the pit. Oh, that's what it is. Martin was in the pit. So he came out quite a way back. He had a long pit stop. Which is why we're up in the 4th. Who's that ahead of us? Apt. We're kind of catching up on Apt, I want to say. 6-second gap. But he's going to have to pit as well very soon. He's pitting now, actually. Does he have any parts he needs to fix? Probably not. Let's have a look, actually. Let's go to Apt. No, he's not fixing anything, is he? Let's go back to Forney. Falling down 7th, 8th, 9th. Come on, come on. Let's get ahead of 10th, though. Please, 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 please. Not going to ahead of 10th. Not going to be ahead of 11th. We are coming out in 14th. 14th, yeah, just about 14th. That's fine. We're going to smash the fuel. We're going to smash the tyres. We're going to smash the fucking opposition. So, ahead of the Forney, ahead of Gomez. Gomez up in the 17th now. PK Jr., Carroll both needing to pit. With the Forney, we've got Engel, Villeneuve, Freins, Najiri, Verne. They're all going to have to pit before the end of the race, as are the top 4, as is Evans, as is Felix da Costa. So a lot of these guys, only Apt and Martin ahead of us, really, don't have to pit for the rest of this race. Everyone else will do. Carroll's having part problems, which is good news for Gomez. Forney takes him on the outside and back up into 9th. Who's down his tail? It's Engel on his tail. We're going to carry on letting him push. I will pull back on his tyres a little bit at some point. And Gomez up in the 14th is not bad either. Do want him in the points, so we need a top 10 finish for both of our drivers, ideally. Now we've fixed engine parts and shit like that, we should be fine. Still a little bit worried about those brakes. A little bit worried about those brakes, but 7 laps to go. Fuck it. We'll risk it. Now, Forney is on the tail of Najiri. Stroll is in the pit. Stroll is still in the pit. So we get ahead of Stroll. So we're back up into 8th for Forney. Right on the tail of Najiri as well. Should be able to take him. Now, Prost has had a tyre change. Martin's had a tyre change. Munoz has had a tyre change. Abt has had a tyre change. Just Evans and da Costa ahead of us. So hopefully both guys are going to have big problems and we can push ahead of them and get a top 7 finish, which will get our target. So that means we'll get another 200 grand. So 400 grand for this race. Should take our loss for the race down to 1 million instead of 1.3 or 1.4 or whatever it was. Don't worry about your tyre deg, mate. I'll worry about your tyre deg. We talk about this all the time. Can we get ahead of Evans? Please, please, can we get ahead of Evans? We can't, but we're right up there in the mix. We're up in the 7th now. Can we take Evans as well? So we're on the money for Forney. So how many points do we get for a 7th again? 6, isn't it? And a 10th must be... Well, I can't remember what a 10th is. 1? We did do this before. I just can't remember. Let's go to Gomez, who is on the tail of Stroll, actually. Or he was. Stroll pulling away massively. Gomez should be able to see it out. A little bit concerned about tyres. Let's go to conserving those tyres. We're going to bring you back down to neutral. Again, concerned about those tyres. But we'll be happy with the 7th. So Gomez is looking to potentially, let's go attack, just getting past. I was just looking at the mini-map here. It's always worth looking at the mini-map in the corner to see how things are going with regards to the pits and where your drivers are. But he managed to get himself up to 12th with a little bit of a blast along that back seat. He took 2 drivers while they were in the pit. Do we have anyone else going into the pit? Probably not. I think that's it for the race. I think as long as we can stay ahead of Najiri, who's still got a pit, and Engel has still got a pit, Forney should get a 7. It's just about getting Gomez a few more positions. So let's go to Gomez. And talking about Engel, he is in the pit now. Najiri didn't bother for some weird reason. Let's get you going to push. We're not going to get ahead of him, unfortunately, though. But we do catch up with Engel. Still have Turvey and Carroll on our tail, though. That's a little bit of an issue. They're going to get past us on the next corner, I should imagine. Let's get you to push your tyres again, please, Forney. I don't like the fact that Nigeria is catching up with you. That's not good. It's Nigeria. He's not very good at all. You will have to pit in a second, though, I'm sure. There it goes into the pits. Let's go neutral again on those tyres. Who's that on his tail? That's Carroll on his tail with part problems. Hopefully he's going to retire. We'll find out in a second. Will we get ahead of Nigeria? We do. Gomez up into 11th. Engel not far, 5 seconds. Not far ahead. Obviously, we've got Carroll on the tail of Gomez here. Hopefully his car's going to break down. Hopefully. You never know. Stranger things have happened. I would love to get in the points. Oh, mate. Just hold him off. Hold him off. That's it. Just keep holding these. You got 2 people to hold off, mate, and you should be able to do it. Don't worry about the brakes, mate. There's only 2 laps. Just go fucking attack on those tyres. Got more than enough tyre to see you out for the rest of the race, anyway. See if you can get me a 6th place, okay? Likewise, Gomez. I'm not going to push you any harder on these tyres. If anything, I should really pull you back. Adam Carroll has a mechanical issue. Good. So that means he's fallen back. There's just Turvey on our tail now. Let's have a look at Topsy. He's just pulled ahead of us, unfortunately. He has got faster tyres, got a better car. He's probably a better driver, so can't complain too much. Went a little bit heavy on the fuel. That doesn't help either. We've got the excess weight. But I wanted to make sure. Still trying to figure out how many laps of fuel is worth going over, especially for this last bit. Probably could have taken about 6, 7 laps of fuel away. Probably another 5 laps away just to be safe would have been nice. But he is at 22% tyres. He should be able to see this out. I don't think he is though, is he? Let's go neutral. I'm worried about this here. So Deforney will be fine. Thing is, he's not been lapped, so he's going to have to go around a whole another lap, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he is. If we'd have pulled back... Though, to be fair, I think, now... So he goes through 12 at the minute. Let's check out number 13 over here, Frines. Yep, Frines finished. So Gomez is guaranteed 12, so let's go low and conserve just for him. Deforney's quite close to getting 6th, potentially. That's 6th place up here. I don't think we're going to get it, though. I think PK Jr. got in our way, really. Stopped us. But 7th. 7th and 12. Not as good as the last race, but still pretty fucking good. There's still points. Obviously, Gomez had the misfortune of having both his front and rear fucking spoiler broken early on in the race, which fucked us with him. That lost us about 40-45 seconds easily. And those 40-45 seconds would have pushed us up a long way. Actually, around about the same level as Deforney, so 6th, 8th, something like that. But that's not bad. It's not bad. 7th. We've got some more points. And as we know, points mean prizes. And in this case, prizes are, prizes is, or will be, money at the end of the season. So Munoz is the fastest lap, Apt first, Munoz second, Martin third. Gomez got a drive-through penalty, which didn't help. Daly got a drive-through penalty either as well. It wasn't even... It was Daly's fault. Well, actually, I didn't even see the incident, but it's Daly's fault. Gomez down into 14th, Deforney up into 5th now, and we are still 4th in the Drivers' Championships. We're 14 points ahead of Teki Tar now. We're not going to be catching up with Audi, who have got 66 points when we've got 30. But we are able to pull away. Everyone's getting points, though. Everyone's getting points. So this season's a bit more open than last season. Susie Perry, Enigma Racing, been pleased with a strong result. I'm pleased with your attention, Susie. So, that is going to be the end of this episode. We will be, in the next episode, we'll be looking at starting to develop our handling. Now, theoretically, we probably should look at the gearbox next. We're going to look at the handling. Handling's cheaper. Plus, we've got a handling development centre. We don't have a telemetry centre. We've got a handling development centre. So we're going to have a look at the handling. Hopefully get a couple of new parts out. See how the overall does. We've got a 6th place overall in that. And we've got a new unlock, which is our old... Yeah, nurse. That's fine. If we had that for this race, that engine would have been fine, I should imagine. Marketability's gone up 38%. Yeah. Lost 1.16. It's not bad, I guess. We've got some more sponsorships coming in. Engine's been built. So, our our new illegal engines are built. So, should we have a look at them before we disappear? before we actually call an end to this episode, let's go through this. Don't worry about it. Interview with Future Television. I will always have an interview with you, Rio. And you know Susie Perry, but you still, you know. The engine build has been done. 297 over 335. Let's go check this out. We can't check it out properly yet. Let's go fit parts, just to have a look. So we've got medium risk on those, but these are going to be for next season. They are a fairly decent improvement over the last engine, but not much of one. We'll see if we can get... We've got one lot of sponsors come through. Car repair's finished, so which is what we'll do. We won't worry about doing the handling next episode. We'll get it set up now. I'll see what's in this slot here. So it's £3 million up front for 8 races. So 8 races, 8 times 6 is... Oh, fuck me, I'm thinking now. So 8 times 6 is 48. So it's 4.8 million. Is that right? Yeah, it is. 4.8 million. Yeah, it is. 4.8 million. What am I doing? It's only 8 races, an upfront payment. It's not even. I'm not even looking at it. 600 grand. 8 lots of 3.1. So 3 times 8 is 2.4. Plus 80 grand. So that's nearly 3.1 million. The middle one's 1 million total. The other one on the right hand side. The best bet is Hublot or Hublot. I'm gonna go with Bosch because, well, it's manly, and also 3 million up front will pay for some of our parts, which we're now gonna do. Let's design some new parts. Go to suspension. So we do have good engines. That's fine. I'll take the reliability one. I'd like to use it while we're developing new parts, so it's easy enough. Let's go to fit these parts. No, let's improve these parts, sorry. How are we looking with regards to that? Can we just... I want to get these up to full first. Yeah, but I want to do it like that way round. So get the reliability up. What are we doing? Reliability on nose. We're getting an engine up because that's really fucking good. We need that. And once this is around about 75%, we'll start doing the other brakes. So yeah, that is going to be the end of the episode, actually, finally, properly. Of course, if you did like this episode, please do like and subscribe. I always appreciate like and subscribe. Leave me cheeky comments. I like a cheeky comment. Tell me how you think this race is going so far. Or race is going, the season's going so far. Obviously, I know the recording quality is not brilliant at the minute, but I'm looking at those parts right now. Soon, TM. This is going to be a big improvement, and I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to building it and using it. A little bit sceptical, a little bit scared about overclocking it. Never overclocked before in my life, so I'm a little bit scared about that. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I won't melt it. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.